All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Thank you for taking time out of your day to check the video out. We have more PlayStation news, rumors, and leaks to go over and cover today. We are starting with the monthly PlayStation Plus Essential games lineup. Sony just announced this today. These games are going to be available to all PlayStation Plus subscribers starting May 7th. We're looking at, for PS5 and PS4, FC24, Tunic, and Destiny 2 Lightfall, and just for PS5, we're looking at Ghost Runner 2. Based off of what I can tell, a lot of people are feeling like this is actually a pretty strong month for PlayStation Plus Essential. So let me know down in the comments below if you are interested in any of these PS Plus games. We're moving on to the next topic, though, which talks about a new PlayStation 5 feature that was just announced by Sony. They say here on the PlayStation blog, like so many PlayStation fans, our teams love going online, and we're passionate about making it easier for you to connect with other players and form new friendships while gaming. Today, we're excited to share that in the coming months, we'll introduce the ability for you to generate shareable links on your PS5 console or on the PlayStation app and send it to other PS5 players through any messaging or social media platform. By opening the link, the recipient will be able to hop into your multiplayer session even if they aren't already friends with you on PlayStation Network. For example, if you just met some new friends on your favorite social platform, you can send them a PS5 session invite in the same chat and start playing together right away without needing to add each other as friends on PS5 first. This feature is designed to complement existing methods of joining sessions from within a PS5 game and is consistent for any supported PS5 game. As this is a new technology, a small percentage of PS5 games may require an update to ensure the session joins will work seamlessly. We'll collaborate with our development partners to explore the best solution for those games. In addition, we've developed a unique widget for PS5 session invites shared in Discord. The widget dynamically refreshes to show the multiplayer session status, so you'll know if the session is still active before you join. Finally, in the coming months, we'll also introduce the ability for you to share your or another player's PlayStation Network profile on any messaging or social app by generating a link from the PlayStation app, the PS5 console, or web profile on PlayStation.com. These are just a few of the steps we're taking to make it easier for you to connect with players online and jump into multiplayer sessions together. We're committed to ongoing innovation in this space and are listening to your feedback, so let us know what you think. So this was a pretty surprising feature update that Sony just announced, but it actually sounds really cool, and I think it's a big step forward. I think Sony's really, truly making it just that much more easy and convenient for people to just start multiplayer sessions together on the PS5. And again, I do want to highlight this one more time. Not every PS5 game is going to support this. Most of them will automatically support it, but there will be a few standout games that will require updates. Sony says they're going to work with those developers. So if it's a pretty popular game, I'm assuming that update will come pretty soon. But yeah, I'm actually really curious to know what you guys think of this, considering Sony is still pursuing their live service efforts and just how successful a game like Helldivers 2 is. Yeah, it makes total sense that Sony is going to do everything they can to make it as easy as possible for people to play these games together and get into sessions together. Let me know your thoughts about this down below. But talking about Helldivers 2, we have some news here about just how successful this game is and also how important and vital PC was to the success of this game. So we have Matt Piscatella from NPD Group, where he says here, Helldivers 2 remains the best-selling premium game of 2024 year-to-date after placing second in March. Helldivers 2 currently ranks 7th in lifetime US dollar sales for Sony-published titles after just 2 months on the market. Guys, I need that to sink in for a moment here. This game, Helldivers 2, is ranking number 7 for total amount of money made across every single Sony published game ever made in just 2 months. Again, really let that sink in for a moment there. That is mind-boggling. I don't think anybody could have seen something like that coming. but it is the best-selling game of 2024. But what makes this even more interesting is Matt Piscatella also tells us what's going on the PC side of things with Helldivers 2. He says here PC has been a huge part of the success of Helldivers 2 in the US. With PC, Helldivers 2 is already the seventh highest grossing Sony published game in history. Without PC, it wouldn't currently rank among the top 20. Another piece of information here that we need to let sink in, if anybody was wondering just how vital PC has been to the success of Helldivers 2, this paints a very clear picture. With PC, seventh highest grossing Sony published game. Without PC, wouldn't even crack the top 20. Just goes to show how honestly smart of a move it was for Sony to decide we're going to release our live service games day and date onto PC. Of course, they're going to continue to do that. And of course, this is going to continue to feed into the conversation and make people ask the question, is Sony going to take that next step and do the same thing with their single player games? But either way, huge congratulations to Arrowhead, man. They just, they really found a level of success that I think most developers can really only dream of. So good for them. But continuing to talk about sales, Matt Piscatella here says February video game hardware spending fell 32% when compared to a year ago to $391 million. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Switch spending each declined a minimum of 30% year on year. Hardware spending finished the first quarter down 24% versus the first quarter of 2023. PlayStation 5 led the hardware market in unit and dollar sales during both March and the first quarter. Nintendo Switch once again finished second in sales across both time periods, while Xbox Series ranked second in dollar sales. Now, essentially, the main takeaway here from what he's saying is console sales are dropping across the board. There's just less spending occurring on console hardware, which I guess maybe is to be expected somewhat. But, the PS5 is still leading in terms of overall hardware sales and dollar sales, and it'll be very interesting to see what Sony has to say at their upcoming earnings report when it comes to this. But we are going to move on to the next set of topics, which talks again about Stellar Blade. First, I want to just highlight the fact that Stellar Blade is one of the highest rated games when it comes to user score on Metacritic. It's currently sitting at a 9.2 with over 2,600 user ratings. At one point, it went up to 9.3, and it's very clear that people really, really like Stellar Blade, and this kind of reminds me of the Ghost of Tsushima situation, where I think Ghost of Tsushima got an 83 on Metacritic, but if you look at the user score, sitting at like a 9.1 or something like that, where it's clear that like most people who played it enjoyed it to a degree in which it would be considered like a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 game for them. So maybe not the biggest surprise there, but it does just, I think, speak to the overall quality of the gameplay that Stellar Blade offers. But we also have an update here where the director of Stellar Blade confirmed that as of right now, no DLC is being planned, but obviously that could change. However, he did confirm that a boss rush mode is coming to the game, and I'm assuming this will be like a free content update. At least that's kind of how they're making it sound here. But on top of that, they did also confirm that there will be like cosmetic post-launch add-ons, like new costumes that you can unlock for Eve and whatnot. But yeah, it will be interesting to see if Stellar Blade does end up getting some kind of standalone expansion or DLC or something like that. But I think a lot of people will be happy about this boss rush mode that's coming. But we're going to move on to the final topic of the video, which is some good news for Rise of the Ronin. It's been a while since we talked about this game, but it says here, following speculations that Rise of the Ronin sales were off to a slow start, Koei Tecmo has provided an official update on the PS5 exclusive. The company published its financial results for the year ended March 2024 earlier yesterday, in which it mentioned that Rise of the Ronin sales are surpassing those of the Neo series. Speculations of Rise of the Ronin's slow sales stemmed from Koei Tecmo slashing its sales forecast and missing its sales goal. With the Team Ninja title being Koei Tecmo's most recent high-profile release, many assume that the game may have been overshadowed by Dragon's Dogma 2. However, in a presentation delivered to stakeholders, Koei Tecmo said that not only is Rise of the Ronin surpassing the Neo series despite being a console exclusive, it's also receiving high valuation by players. The game is considered a priority goal by Koei Tecmo, and the company still appears to be targeting sales of 5 million units. They say that it took a significant step towards mid to long term growth by releasing Rise of the Ronin. So, yeah, really good news here for Rise of the Ronin. I think it was looking a bit shaky there at first. Like, is this game going to struggle? Is it going to potentially be a flop sales wise? But it's actually quite the opposite. Koei Tecmo has some really good things to say, and it's doing well. They even said it's doing better than Neo, which is kind of surprising in a way. And, they are still targeting that 5 million sales unit. So, I'm really happy about this. Rise of the Ronin is a great game, and I think it is a little bit underrated, honestly. And so the fact that it's finding success is really good to hear about. This could be a good sign for, future collaboration between Sony, Koei Tecmo, and Team Ninja. We'll have to wait and see. But guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative. If you did, leave it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon, and feel free to share this video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.